Welcome to The Explainer. You know, have you ever noticed just how incredibly dense and information-packed modern educational ads have become? Gone are the days when a school poster was just a picture of a brick building and a phone number, right? Today, they're like these highly engineered, super comprehensive documents, just packed with features, methodologies, and really sweeping promises. So, today, we're going to do a structured breakdown of a fascinating example: the 2026 to 2027 admissions campaign poster for SJS Public High School. We're going to peel back the layers of this prospectus to see exactly how a modern educational institution positions itself to prospective parents and students. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. I mean, just look at the sheer volume of text and the wild variety of photos on this single document. It's literally a visual mosaic. Honestly, at first glance, it can actually be kind of overwhelming. We've got a grid of over 24 photographs showing everything from science experiments to cultural dances, right alongside these bold banners, specialized bulleted lists, and a whole bunch of partner logos. To really figure out what the school is promising, we can't just skim it. We really need to dissect it methodically. So, to make sense of all this visual overload, we're going to categorize these offerings into 6 distinct digestible sections. We'll look at the world-class promise, the academic core, future-ready skills, campus life and safety, the lead partnership, and finally, admissions. All right, starting off with Section 1, the world-class promise. Whenever you're analyzing a document like this, you really have to look for the anchor, that core message the institution desperately wants you to walk away with. And right in the middle of this poster, bridging the photo gallery and all those detailed feature lists, is this massive bold text: a world-class school in Pana City. Now, this isn't just a catchy tagline. It's the absolute anchor for all the specific features we're about to unpack. The school is explicitly trying to bridge a gap here. They're basically telling parents, hey, you don't need to send your kids away to some massive metropolis to get a premium education. They're bringing that world-class standard right to their local doorstep in Pana. Everything else on this poster is entirely designed to prove that single bold claim.
Moving on to Section 2, academic core and curriculum.
Let's see how this actually translates into their day-to-day structure. Because let's be real, a flashy poster is nothing without foundational academics. The crucial point here is how they balance modern educational frameworks with traditional results-oriented schooling. They proudly state that they're an NEP-aligned school with NCF. That's the National Education Policy and National Curriculum Framework, by the way. This is a huge signal to parents that the school is fully up to date with the absolute latest national governmental standards. But they also know exactly what causes parents anxiety: board exams. So they specifically advertise special classes for 5th and 8th boards exam. Add to that the promise of trained and experienced teachers, including both national and international teachers, and you've got this really strong narrative of rigorous, high-quality, and compliant academic instruction. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the introduction of highly specific, branded methodologies. They don't just say, oh, we teach English well. No, they specifically highlight something called ILGA, describing it as unique and advanced techniques for English. By giving their instructional method a name and a specialized acronym, it kind of elevates the curriculum from just a standard subject to an exclusive, premium feature that you presumably couldn't get at just any other school. It is a brilliant piece of educational marketing. Next up, Section 3, focus on future-ready skills. As you'll see, the prospectus heavily emphasizes a modern, tech-driven, and highly active educational environment. It's a real blending of the physical and the digital. They're outfitting their campus with air-conditioned smart classes and integrating digital and physical resources for activity-based learning. But the real standout offerings here? The exclusive classes for robotics and coding. This connects straight back to that world-class promise we talked about earlier. They're prepping students for the 21st century job market from day one. And it's not just an inward-looking thing. They promise representation in national-level Olympiad and events, which basically means your child won't just sit there learning these skills, they'll actually compete on a national stage. All right, Section 4, campus life and safety. Because this school offers both day boarding and a full hostel facility, they really have to address the physical environment, and most importantly, security. And this brilliantly illustrates the level of detail they go into just to reassure parents. Check out this contrast. For the general campus, they guarantee a safe, secure, and hygienic campus with 24/7 CCTV surveillance. Now that's a great standard, but look at the right side, the specific hostel features. The hostel doesn't just have cameras, it's a CCTV with voice recording equipped hostel campus. The school is communicating this ultra-heightened level of monitoring and safety for students living on site, directly addressing those deep protective instincts of parents who are sending their kids away to board. Beyond just the security aspect, the hostel is basically pitched as this all-encompassing lifestyle and academic support system. They promised well-furnished rooms for a home-like stay and air-conditioned rooms for both boys and girls, but the really fascinating part is the expanded curriculum designed just for the boarders. They get special remedial classes to ensure their academic success after normal school hours, right alongside first aid medical facilities, yoga, and traditional value classes. So the hostel isn't just a place to crash at night. It is a 24-hour development ecosystem. Moving right along to Section 5, the LEAD partnership. This partnership is a massive, massive component of their marketing strategy, and it's methodically broken down into distinct benefits. Let's walk through this together. On the course subject side of things, LEAD promises to help your child become a master of English, learn the language of the digital future, and it introduces an innovative theme-based approach for pre-primary students. Then, on the broad development side, it promises to give tomorrow's leaders a strong foundation, enhance overall development with national-level competitions, and, perhaps most impressively, it introduces India's first in-school and online coding program. By aligning with a branded educational partner like LEAD, SJS is essentially importing this highly structured, digitally native curriculum to really back up those world-class claims. And finally, Section 6, Admissions and Contact Details. After hitting us with all those features and methodologies, the prospectus concludes with the actual actionable information. The calls to action are super prominent and clear. They are officially opening admissions for the academic year 2026 to 2027. The options they provide are comprehensive, offering both hostel and day boarding, as well as your standard day school setup. And the age range is vast, capturing students from the very beginning of their educational journey in nursery all the way through to that critical 10th grade milestone. And right down at the very bottom, framing the entire document, are the exact contact and location details. It is a real lesson in thoroughness. They're situated in Shivhari Colony, Purushothampur, in Panna, Madhya Pradesh. They provide dual email channels, so a general info address and a direct line to the director. They even list 2 dedicated mobile numbers to make absolutely sure no prospective parent query goes unanswered. It really speaks to the totally comprehensive nature of this entire campaign. So what does this all mean? What should we really take away from this? We've just navigated a single poster that successfully communicates government compliance, highly specific safety protocols, branded English and coding curriculums, and a complete 24/7 lifestyle ecosystem, which leaves us with a final kind of provocative thought. Does this level of density, where a school has to be a tech hub, a secure fortress, and a world-class academy all at the exact same time, does that set a new, unavoidable standard for what parents should expect from modern educational institutions? It certainly seems like the days of the simple school advertisement are far, far behind us. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep your eyes peeled the next time you see an admission campaign. There's always a deeper structure to decode.